Hello, and welcome to a brief overview of the latest features of the Docsoft transcript editor. Docsoft produced the transcript editor, so this is the latest iteration, but I just wanted to give you guys a brief overview of what's here. First off, there's a few more toolbar items, and then there's this really cool colored graph bar that runs down the middle of the screen. Now, the way that our engine outputs transcripts, each utterance and word has a confidence level. And we kind of take an average of those confidence levels and give you some type of feedback here. So as an example here, at the 25-second mark, we found a word, and the engine was fairly confident, so it gave it a high confidence rating. Green is high with a thick bar. A red line is very low, and everything in the middle is kind of different measures of that. And this is on a scale of basically 1 to 100 is how we normalized it out. So what this gives you the ability to do is to quickly glance through the transcript and get an idea of how the quality is throughout the entire transcript. And you know what areas you need to work on and what areas are fairly decent that you shouldn't have a lot of changes to. And of course, as you edit that, that's going to improve that. The next feature I want to talk to you about is the ability to clean up the transcripts. As you can see in this example, that the utterance links vary greatly from one word or two characters all the way up to multiple words and even multiple lines. Now, this is how the engine gives us back the transcript. Well, we've decided, and our customers have requested the ability to clean this up. So if you go up here to Tools, Format Utterances, set the upper limit of number of characters per line to say something like 50. Set the increase all utterances up to 40. What this will do is it'll make sure that no utterance is beyond 50 characters long, but it'll make sure that no utterance is less than 40 characters. So we select OK. It takes a second to process, and now we have a better looking transcript. This is also easier to edit. We highly encourage people to do this in the beginning, and then they can reformat it later. But if you get it something narrow enough that it's easy to glance through as you go through, you don't have to move around a whole bunch. It makes it longer, but it's less work to edit horizontally. Next, we've modified the way the transcript editor works. And whenever you heard a word and saw a word that wasn't correct, you would stop the transcript editor by pressing Enter, make your change, and then press Enter again to continue playing. Well, that ability is still there. The secondary way to do this now is just to tell it to start playing. Now, as you can see, the cursor is moving like it did previously, but it's also grayed. Now, if you want to make an edit, you just start typing, or you can hit the back arrow and you can now browse around and make edits as it continues to play. And then I can hit Control Y and it'll sync back up to where the video is playing at. Then I can quickly jump out again and even go ahead or behind. This allows for continue to listen and to edit at the same time. One of the methods I found to speed up transcription is to actually slow the playback down to 75%, 60%, depending on what the error rate is, which I can determine by the color of the bar over here, and then just have it play back. And if it's good enough, I can type fast enough and continue to keep up with what's playing that I don't have to necessarily stop the playback. Yes, you lose a little bit of time from having to slow the playback down, but you gain it back by not having to stop, back up, rewind, and do all that work that you used to have to do before. So that's a new, huge feature that we've added to the transcript editor. Next, another feature we've had a lot of requests for is the spell check feature. Now, as you notice here, we still have the underlines, which basically is the confidence threshold level. That's still there. That hasn't gone away, and you can still modify that through the settings like you can before. But if you notice, and it looks like it would in Word, has a squiggly red underline that word is not recognized. You have several options. One, you can right-click on the word, and it gives you possible options down here at the bottom to replace it with. And you can choose one of those and go on. The other option is you can come up here to Tools and click on Spell Check, and it will spell check the entire document. Let me bring this over here. So And this works just like a normal spell checker. You can go through, ignore, add words. Currently there are no suggestions, so we'll just say ignore. And we can say change, and when we're done, done. Alright, the next thing I want to talk to you about is the find and find replace feature. Now find was in the previous version, so we've added the replace, and some bookmarking features with the find. You hit Control F, and you're given the option of typing in your phrase. So let's look for student. And we say find next. And it found student. So any more? Nope, that's it. One feature we've noticed with the old transcript editor is sometimes it becomes easier just to retype the entire transcript and not worry about the time codes. Unfortunately, with the old version, you couldn't do that. With this version, you can. One of the things we noticed with the previous version of the transcript editor was that it was easier to just type out the transcript as opposed to try to use the tool to correct the transcript. So we've provided this and tried to fix this in several ways. One of them is the ability to continue playing of the media while you do your edits. Another option is the ability to remove all the utterances. Just like this, if you go to Edit, Remove All Utterances. Yes, I would like to remove all the utterances. And if you notice, it still has a time code here. Now in this mode, it keeps the old transcript, the one that we just removed all the utterances on, in the memory. And as you type, it'll try to match up different words that you type versus words that it finds in the old transcript with the correct time codes and try to sync all that together. And as you continue to type, it'll update the words at the timestamps as you go. So in theory, by the time you're done freeforming the transcript, you don't have to worry about the time codes. They're automatically there for you. So if I was to start typing, now notice as I type, it's actually changing the time code of words. And it'll continue to do that all the way through. Now I'll give you an idea. Now we can go back here and tell it to rebuild estimates, and it'll go ahead and recompute that. Overall, it should give you a better trained document. Finally, you could use this to remove all the utterances again. And if you already have a corrected transcript, you just don't have the timing codes, you can import that corrected transcript into our transcript editor, and it'll sync it up for you. So if we go to Tools, Synchronize Correct Text. Now I've already corrected the transcript, and I have exported out a text file. And we're just going to take this corrected transcript and open it in here. And it shows you what the transcript looks like, and so you make sure that you're importing the right thing, and you click Finish. And now the transcript is perfect, and the time code should be right on. The next thing to talk to you about is bookmarks. This is something new that we've added in, and basically if you come over here to where the confidence bar is and you click on different utterances, you create this bar, or segments. And you can come in here and say, if you click on the loop, and you have sync. So if you click on the loop, and then you click play just the things that are marked over and over again. So this provides the ability to specify a region of text or regions of text and have it just loop over and over that region so you can edit it appropriately. And you can listen to it multiple times without having to do a lot of keystrokes to specify this. Now, to be able to play the rest of the transcript, you have to go back up here and say, turn that off, and then one of these, delete all bookmarks. We'll remove all bookmarks from the page. Again, thank you for your time. If you have any questions, problems, please contact Docsoft. Send an email to support@docsoft.com. Thank you and have a good day.